with that pretty much instant E-Blade purchase. Oxa continuing the pressure in the bot lane, just gets off a disruption there.
And speaking of last game, OG are playing it's a similar, how to say, approach to the game, right? Again, it's this run at you style. This time they have a Spirit Breaker 5. When you pick Spirit Breaker 5, it means one thing, it's we're gonna run at you, right? Like that's what this hero does. It's all it does is run at you. It does extremely bad wave clear, it is mediocre team fight.
Depending on the line.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of the Morphling pairing and that they clearly have a bit of love for this Morph Axe. And the other part is probably the team matchup. Dooming Axe is not necessarily bad, depending on the type of fight.
Oxa's dead?
Yeah, he is definitely does. They get that bounty run.
Oxa did get TP though.
It got the bottle refill out of that too. Oh, so...
You talk about the aggression of OGs. We're going to see it again in the top lane. A charge into the Stormhammer, I presume, although mid one not wanting to aggress any further. Probably basically out of mana at this point, but two melee heroes against Axe, not really.
No, I mean, I pretty much covered it, right? It's just... When you have
top lane, mid one, you're going to have to shut your mouth, Cinder, and as mid one pops the ult again, under the tier 1 tower, Sox is here
in his lane if he does something like that. Like, he needs to try to solo kill the Sven in the tower against God Strength, or he doesn't really die. Sven plus Spirit Breaker can't kill him, Shadow Demon plus Sven can't kill him.
Is dead. Laguna Blade not even needed for this kill. I don't think Boom is even used lane. Toby's in another precarious spot potentially as Seb is TPing in with the no-tail charge coming through. Mid one's even going to pop his ult, and there's the Doom expended just for this Axe killing. Remember, this is top net worth hero in the game right now. See if Armis and company can get this deny. Looks like they might be able to. Should be fine.
Account for Vanguard.
Time it correctly. Okay. Oh, he ticks out. Very unfortunate. Seb with that Scorched Earth. Looks like it'll pay with his
life. Axe died twice. And might even die a third time here. They're going to have to TP and reinforcements. They will. They're going to back off.
Force out the Armis TP. And away they go for now. Mid one doesn't have ult for another 20 seconds. Wouldn't be surprised if they actually aggress if he had it. But there's Armis rolls in. He gets the Magnetize off. No-Tail's going to charge in to try to help him out. Boom is here as well. Laguna Blade finally used to take out mid one Sven. In the meantime, the call is going to connect onto Sox and chop down to the ground. No-Tail looks to be next on the list.
Sorry, the Morph kill with the Void Chrono.
Charge into mid. He actually delayed another strike, so able to get off the Yules just in time to cancel that. Looks like Seb is just chasing down Armis. We're going to assume he's going to get that kill. But in the meantime, No-Tail and Thompson end up teaming up to take out Boom, a very important kill. Now the Stormhammer is going to connect on Toby into the LSA that's been stolen from Thompson into the charge. They just have so many disables. Gets off the call that'll help mitigate a lot of damage, but Viking just getting overrun in this tier 1 tower. It looks like it'll finally go the way it moves.
Is not able to farm Ancients nearly as effective as Sven.
Thompson getting completely surrounded by 4 members of Viking. He's going to be brought down.
Showing?
We know that Toby has the blink, so Seb playing very, very safe, but it looks like Soxa is going to be one that's found. The blink into the call, but Thompson's here as well to try to do as much damage as he can. Mid one, looks like he's going to burst down for Armis with the help of No-Tail's ultimate. Meantime, Chronosphere onto 2 heroes into the Mortimer's Kissers again. Thompson should be fine, but Sven, mid one, in a lot of trouble. Call's not going to be there, but they got the kill nonetheless. So it's a 2-for-1 advantage Viking thus far. Laguna Blade applied to Thompson, whose agility morph right now is going to wait for him to safety. But by safety, I mean 2 feet away from these melee heroes, which is just enough space, apparently, to get away just fine here. Bottling up with that abuse. I'm just going to call it an abuse of the morph center, which will probably be...
They have Doom ready. Shad was not expecting that. Oh no, he didn't account for the Doom.
Looks like he's going to be able to take out Toby with that waveform. And yeah, the Doom applied to Shad. That is more than enough. The Viking caught off guard despite having the advantage early. It looks like Celery's going to get farm discrepancy here. You can see Lena on the net worth not doing too hot anymore. Only has a Yule still. Working towards the BKB right now. We did finally finish that Blade Mill. And in terms of the carry perspective, Void. So we talked about the Midas, but now it's very defensive build in Lincoln Stairs. There's the jump in from Toby. All connects into the LSA. It looks like they'll have enough to take him out, but will the counter initiation be here? Seb gets the Doom off onto Boom, but he gets cookied pretty much immediately. Thompson just blows up Snapfire, who buys back into the game instantly. Another strike now onto Boom. Looks like he's going to fall one way or the other. And now with the ultimate from mid one, they're just starting to shred these kids left and right. Chronosphere is applied. It only is to 1, but it is Doom with that ultimate from Snapfire, so the buyback being worth it to some degree. But now Celery's going to get dieback here if he's not careful. Thompson into Earth Spirit. Celery hiding under the midst of the tier 2 tower, so it's a 2 for 4 if you want to count that buyback.
So they can find these big tanky kills. It's just not there yet.
I mean, this is another thing, Cinder, with this Lincoln. When you have Spirit Breakers who can break it globally, Toby's going to jump in with that Blade Mail. He's going to apply all his pressure to stock. But in the meantime, Lina destroyed. Basically has the support items at this point of the game as Toby continuing on, gets off that call, but dies shortly after. A double kill for mid one as OG starting to run away with this fight. Hobson turns into Void. He has that time dilation available. They could just go for Roche if they really want, and it looks like that is exactly the case here.
We both know he only turned into Void to get that voice line. That is the only reason.
Void has a good taunt too, let's be real.
He does. But that is also an amazing 8k lead for OG out of nothing. This game was really even for 15 minutes, and they have just absolutely crushed them. And there's a couple of opens up the fight so easily for them. Is the vessel there? It is now.
They have so many Lincoln breakers. It's crazy. It is crazy how many times they can take this off constantly. No tail. Gonna charge in. Looks like we'll live through the day. Enough damage from OG to take out Celery.
Boom is totally out of position here.
And just the right click's enough. Oh, nice call from Toby's gonna help his teammates survive just a little bit longer. The Chronosphere onto 2 as mid one's on the outside. Gets a nice Storm Hammer, keeping everybody in place. And the right clicks will commence. Toby, one more call for the road. Just like that, it's a 2 for 1. Mid one staying alive with this BKB. Looks like he'll finally take out to that Magnetize.
Alright, that wasn't too bad for Vikin. I think Lina was completely out of position there, but they still managed to save her with 5% HP from that Chrono from Shad. Really good, I think. I've heard.
You've heard?
Yeah.
And himself almost has Ag, so they're about to hit a pretty big power spike. I feel like it's Seb in the top lane. Gonna get off this charge.
He's in trouble.
He has the very critical strike pack leader ore, but it's not gonna help here with that blade mail. That's gonna be more than enough damage as Toby with the blade mail is shredding his face. Nota looks to be next, so I actually think somebody's in the trees, but they will be sadly disappointed in finding nothing. As Thompson, he's gonna get called to start things out. Soxa has the save if he wants. Great counter to Axe as always. Creates those extra illusions that have that passive of his, counter Helix. Shadow Demon is gonna be the first to die here. LSA will connect onto No Tail, so no more charges to come for him. So a 2 for nothing as OG looks like they still want to fight. I mean, their cores are still up. And there's the Doom from Seb. Pops his BKB to get Chrono pretty much immediately. But Thompson just on the outside, enough to right-click away. No Doom available. He does not have buyback either. This fight is quickly turning in favor of Viking. Shad. LSA is going to help him out. He's going to time out the safety, but there's the Aghanim Scepter from mid one. Enough to take him out. And now he's going to continue to aggress despite having the severe disadvantage in numbers. Mid one going to get called now. This is a Toby buyback. With that Mortimer's Kisses that was definitely not needed. But at this stage, you take what you can get. Yeah, he's just going to D-ward to start things out. The charge again, this time from Thompson, who has the Ag version of that. He's going to try to burst down Lina, but the Cookie's going to keep him safe. And Shad with the Chronosphere. But look at the strength more from Thompson. It's more than enough to stay alive through this engagement. It's Boom on just the outside. But Thompson's still getting right-click down. Better be careful. Will fall in the end, so it's a 1-for-1 advantage Viking to start things out. But Celery getting chased down by OG. Seb is so freaking tanky right now as Notel's going to continue to charge with a buyback out of the Snapfires. Second buyback in the game, in fact, is Toby. Under the tier 2 tower is just going to get storm hammered. Oh, relatively healthy for now, but Aramis gets storm hammered from afar. The Superman in play again for mid one. So a 3-for-1 with the buyback. If OG can get out, this is a definite advantage despite losing their Morphling. But there's Toby, again with a nice call onto the neutral camps, as Seb might be the sacrificial lamb, but
all the damage!
Before, OG wants to continue in.
Good
Lord, how did they kill Void so instantly? Was that a Soul Catcher?
5 poison stacks and Soul Catcher.
Seb will fall in the end, but advantage OG in terms of numbers. 4 dead for Viking, and the next to fall as well. This is a dieback onto Celery.
Oh.
Wow.
There is no way Shad expects that to happen. He has full HP.
Will be up in 15 seconds. And we talked about this before with Viking in the series yesterday, Cinder, and they gave up so many Roches and it just spelled their doom.
Yeah.
No pun intended, because they did have Doom on their team as well. But
Seb?
Speaking of which,
he has buyback.
Going to get called. Blade Mail to start, but a nice save.
There's been so many spells.
Mortimer's Kisses. BKB pop by Seb now as the jump in from Mid one is there. Into the charge from NoTail. You barely tell the difference. The Nether Strike into the Doom is enough to kill Shad, and that is a huge pickoff for OG, as they're not just going to try to clean things up. Toby's going to be next, as this fight has segregated completely. 3 dead in the blink of an eye. Armis is going to be the 4th, and this is going to be an easy Roche for OG, which will be the Aegis and Cheese. That was the DD Thompson, by the way.
They found a, I don't know what you do as Vikin right now against this double charge and the overwhelming run at you style that OG is bringing to the table. Really the crucial part of that fight, Saksa again, just perfect positioning. He gets the counterplay to their initial axe jump plus Mortimer Kisses. When you've committed all of these spells, just a lot of the time the Spirit Breaker has died first in the fights, and then you can start playing around it. But as long as Spirit Breaker is alive, well, or Thompson is morphed, right?
All right, the double charge coming in. Yule's on the cliff, but Thompson, luckily for him, has waveform.
Yeah, well.
Next patch, you can charge wards, by the way. I've seen the patch notes.
I'm so
enjoy.
Oh
boy!
You probably wouldn't have come up with a 10x, though.
Base here, but Shad gets doomed. Lincoln's already popped, despite the BKB being activated. He is donezo. No buyback to speak of, as this looks like the end of Game 2 is coming. They cannot go for Megas quite yet. They can go for Throne, though, as 3 are dead with a buyback onto the Aramis Earth Spirit, but it matters not, my friend. GGs are called. OG again, convincing fashion. This Morphling, I feel like they just need to ban it, man.
They're not getting it the 3rd game.
Ridiculous.
But what do you give then, right? Now you have to give away something else. If you want to ban that Morph,